every Friday night.
No cooking necessary, no assembly required.
All right. Hello. Welcome to
everybody.
Behind the Gates.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Y'all, just to go ahead and a quick announcement so that y'all understand, we got a whole week off after tonight.
I know. Keisha said that.
Very
I was like,
sad.
no.
I'm very sad. What in the ham sandwich am I supposed to do with my week?
Hello. Like, for real, what we supposed to do?
I'm like, okay, I got time off and I can watch now, and now you're telling me there's nothing to watch.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it, but it's okay.
They've been working hard. They deserve a couple of days off, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hey, Allie. Happy Friday.
Hey, Allie.
Okay, everybody. Well, let's get into it, you guys.
There's a lot to do.
Martin. Let's start with Martin.
Oh, Lord. The conspiracy theory is finally coming to a close.
So Martin, we know now that this guy is, well, he says his name is Kenneth, but back to that long, dark road. Apparently Martin was changing a tire and somehow had an altercation with this guy and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
The brother is unalived. This guy is to a state where he needs to have plastic surgery done by none other than our resident plastic surgeon, Ted.
Mm-hmm.
They pay him off. Somehow, I think the money comes from Joey. They pay him off. Elon and Marcel, the police detective and police chief, are wrapped up in this somehow, probably making the whole story go away because they're friends with Vernon. But now he's back and he is blackmailing Martin.
Hey, Miss Lily.
Hey, Miss Lillian.
So, what you think Martin should do at this point?
Sit down and let them handle it.
Yes, because he has too much of a temper to be on there.
Not just that, you have the as a
sitting senator,
you need to have blinders. You need to not know what's going on. That way you can say you didn't know what was going on.
But he wants the nightmares to stop. He wants to be invested in what's happening because he wants to make sure this guy doesn't come back. He doesn't like being left in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So to that point, I kind of understand. Just because I'm nosy, and if it has something to do with me, I want to know what's going on. But at the same time, he needs to have what they call plausible deniability.
Right.
And
that's
saying, I don't know what's happening here. So Martin needs to
Marbella, that's a different doctor. I remember what you're talking about, but that wasn't because of this case. Marbella mentioned the plastic surgeon that Joey ran out of town previously.
Yeah,
that was from his wife. Else. That didn't have it. Yeah, that was from his wife. It didn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah. Now,
hey, Miss Marbella.
Martin, I like seeing this side of Martin. Martin, I told you, we've been said he's about that life.
Yes, sir.
He does not
mind Danny and Anita. Him, Danny, and Anita.
Yeah, he don't mind putting.
Well, where he got it from? Because Nicole too prissy.
Nah, he got it from his Aunt Danny and his grandmama. They about that life.
Well, Nicole is not all that prissy. She's just refined and educated. She is not
Nicole
all that
she is bougie as heck.
She is bougie, but she is still about that life.
Very self-righteous right about now.
As we saw, she is not above telling people how she feel and everything else, but she has a very different opinion. But she's still trying to go between the lenses of the refinement and playing the victim, but she's still very much showing she can get angry, which is quite ridiculous. So who knows? But what we do know now, as we discovered, that these are all the power players who are all in the secret now.
Basically, every man
No,
in
you don't.
Crest,
Mm-hmm.
every man in Fairmont Crest is involved.
Yeah, pretty much, except Tomas and the trainer.
We ain't even talking about Tomas.
We ain't got to him yet.
You got to ship his ass back to Puerto Rico.
Oh God. Oh man. So they're all here in the room, and minus Bill and Joey in this picture, but all the power players are here. And so they tell Martin. Martin tells him, because he's holding him up for $100,000, but as many times as he wants $100,000, he wants this money. And so he's planning on bleeding him dry for several million, probably for as long as he can to do that. So they decide they're going to get together. They're going to pay him off with a little surprise. And so Bill
comes. Pay him off, all right.
They come to the country club, and he's like, I came here because I heard that the guy was working tonight. I want you to show him to me the way I know what he looks like. Because now we understand. Remember when him and Ted was having lunch and breakfast, and he was running around so crazy? He remembered Ted. He didn't want Ted to recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we kept saying, why is it that he's running around and running around and running around so crazy? But now we know it's because he didn't want Ted to recognize him before it was too soon. Before he was outed, he didn't want anybody on his tail. So they have this meeting. They're telling Martin to stand down. He doesn't want to stand down, but they're saying, Martin, stand down. So they talk him to coming into the casino to pay him off. Bill meets with him. They pay him the money. He's so happy. And then in comes Randy.
Well, I missed Randy because he was gone for a minute.
Randy's been gone missing for a minute. But see, every time we say, where's this character? What happened? They show up. So we mentioned Randy last week.
Look, if we don't mention somebody, will they disappear?
I knew you was going to say that. Just hush.
I'm just curious because we cannot talk about that Huzzy today. That's fine if she'll disappear.
She's not going anywhere.
Listen, they go when he gets a surprise from Randy. Now, what do we think is going to happen? Do we think that Randy's going to actually permanently get rid of him? Or do we think he's going to run him out of town again? But we see he stay away for a couple of years, and he come back. So they got to have a more permanent solution.
They're going to have a permanent solution. They got to off him.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't use the K word.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
end him.
Do you think that he
mobbed
came
her
on his own, or is there someone else behind him showing up right now?
I mean, his brother's dead, so who would it be?
Well, he didn't just show up on his own. I'm thinking if you turn around,
but he was talking to somebody on the phone. Remember, in the diner.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's somebody else behind him. So if you get rid of this guy, there's still somebody else in the wing.
I guess that guy got a bunch of brothers.
So they got to find out. They have to find out what is the connection, who else he's working with, and why is he there. And
what's Derek, Allie? What are you saying?
You think he's talking to Derek?
You think Derek's in on it? That's the only man that's left.
I don't know. Derek's kind of done.
I don't know. Derek seems to be too goody two shoes. And I think Joey is the one that fronted all the money since he has the casino.
Derek's the brother. She's saying Derek's the brother.
Oh, no, okay. I think the brother was. I don't know. I
got the impression the brother was dead.
I did too. I thought he was gone.
Because he talked about him like past tense.
Yeah, because it's like he's gone. But and they would know. Vernon and them, the way they keep tabs on everybody, they would know it.
Yeah,
and the way he jumped when Kat basically mentioned the death, and she was talking about his eyes and everything. He just about lost it.
Yeah, I think that they would know that. But yeah, Miss Lily, I think Joey's connection is that he supplied all the money because they paid him off real well the last time. So, but he's back again, so he spent enough of the money lasted him
to the train.
The money lasted him 2 years, and now he's back. So he either blew through it or they just gave him enough to keep it quiet.
I'm trying to figure out, why did Marcel get such a big payout?
I don't know. Now that's the question
because
mark.
he was in on it of getting him to the train or getting him out of
Well,
town.
so was everybody else. Everybody else didn't come up on a $500,000.
Well, we don't know how much the chief got because we weren't looking into him.
Yeah, true.
So it really
that's
is
a
just
lot of money if everybody got 500.
I don't know why
I knew about. Look, I knew about it. Wire me mine.
Right. Yeah, Allie, he probably did be the one to dispose of the body, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Or again, and make sure it doesn't come up in police
lost the
business,
paperwork.
Right, that nobody's missing him and whatever. Like they just put it under the rug like it never happened. It could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then why would that money come from Joey and not from Vernon?
Maybe Vernon didn't have anything liquid at the time and they were trying to hurry up and do it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to initially understand was Joey's connection.
Because I don't see why they just, But
Vernon act like he never even knew Joey until this moment. Like you would never think that there was any connection between
Marcel because Bill set up the fix. So he set it up so he would be able to, like you said, deny with plausibility. But I think probably if what would make sense is so that the money can't be traced back directly to Vernon. They may have ran it through the casino to Vernon. Like Vernon,
Vernon gave it to Joey. Joey, I got you. Yeah, that reverse laundering, that connection there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Vernon was an elected official 2 years ago. I think he's been retired more than that. He's the one that helped Martin get on because Martin was an elected official 2 years ago.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
Because I think Vernon called Marcel and the chief, and maybe they called Joey because they knew he would basically. And I'm thinking Joey might not be. Somebody said it. I don't know if it was Allie or Marvella or somebody, or they were talking about maybe he's an informant for the FBI or something somehow, some way. Maybe that's how they brought him in.
I don't think he's really an informant. That's the lie that they were telling Jacob initially.
Yeah, I know, but maybe he really is something for him to be that close with them. I know that was part of that lie, but
I think he's that close to them because I'm trying to fit
why they brought him in. Like you said, it's like, did somebody just not have the liquid money to basically pay him off, and he's got the casino?
No, I think they ran it through the casino so it couldn't be traced back to Vernon. But I think the reason that he's so close to them is just like other politicians in office currently, he got dirt on them.
Mm-hmm. So again, like I said last week, everything in the Dupree milk ain't clean. And this is not the only issue, just Martin, because how else would Joey, this mobster, this casino owner that is always dirty, what will he have to be to Vernon? And how is it that Vernon has a direct line to him? What is their connection? Mm-hmm. Because even if you say it's through Randy, if you say it's through Ted, all of them really do not have a reason to be connected to Joey. Like even beside this,
Randy works for him.
Randy works for him, but even beside this, what is Marcel's connection other than him hiding his stuff? What is the chief's connection? Because your detective is hiding the stuff. Mm-hmm. So how is it that you just turning a blind eye to what he's doing with this guy? So what has Joey done for you, Elon, that has made this okay, that y'all feel so comfortable to sit in the back room of the casino and play poker? Like, we old friends.
Maybe they all started bonding after this incident because they all tied together. If ish hits the fan, and it affects everybody.
It does, but the question is, how did they get into these entangles initially?
I think the fixer has a connection with everybody. Oh, so he probably brought them all together. Yeah, Bill knows.
Bill called
I said, does Bill have a connection with Joey beforehand, you thought?
I think so. He's a freaking
like they said, he's a snake. He's a defense lawyer, so I'm sure he's running either with Joey or with Joey's people at some point. Well, no, because Joey asked him to come on board today, remember? And he said, "No, I'm happy where I am." So,
no, I'm not saying that he was working for him, but I'm saying they knew each other before.
Oh, yeah.
It is definitely still a lot to this story to be unraveled. Like we think we know, but we really don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes with this story. And it's going to be interesting over the next few weeks to figure out how deep it goes. But speaking of deep,
that ain't that deep. I told y'all she was lying.
Yeah, you were right.
But my issue is this. Okay, and let's say she's lying. Haley, I'm still not going to give the apology just yet.
Oh, my apology is lifted. Yeah. My apology is in the trash with that fake test.
But you want to know who my first nomination for the block tonight is? Dr. Perkins. How does Dr. Perkins not do an ultrasound? Somebody coming in claiming
coming in with cramps,
miscarriage, coming in with, and the first thing you don't do is say we're having an ultrasound. And how is it that you let the patient say, "Nah, I don't want it, and I'm just gonna go home"?
No, because once they got into the room, she told her, "I'm not pregnant. I don't need an ultrasound." She can't repeat it. It's a violation of HIPAA. She said it behind closed doors.
So, what was the story that Dr. Perkins came in and say, "Oh, she's all right now. She's free to
all
go"?
She said was, not her and the baby. Fine and she's healthy. She didn't say nothing about no baby.
Yep, she didn't. I saw that. I ran it back again.
I ran it back. Yep, I ran it back.
I'm like, she didn't say anything about a baby. She said she is fine and healthy, and she can go home. I'm sorry. I've been in the hospital. I don't know how many times when I was pregnant. I didn't get to go home like in 2 minutes.
And if you go in the hospital when you're pregnant,
we're gonna sit here and watch you for a minute.
Right.
We gonna
you are most definitely getting
your blood pressure. You ain't going home in 2 minutes.
You ain't got no fetal heartbeat monitor nowhere on her.
I was gonna say the first thing that struck me is she's sitting up in the hospital bed fully clothed. They didn't even put a hospital gown on her to test her.
Thank you. Not a monitor attached to not a spot on her body.
Now she did have an IV line. I did look at that once, but I'm like, it still was very weird to me that she had the IV line and she's fully dressed.
Right.
Well, I mean, I go to my hematologist. I get that all the time. So,
but
when you pregnant, you don't need no IV. You need somebody to monitor your fetal heartbeat.
Shirt got to come off. That got to go. Right. She might have had the pants on, but the top got to go.
Right, so that's the first thing I said when I said, wait a minute, where's the hospital gown? Y'all didn't even change clothes. She was
Allie said her hospital gown. Allie said June is wearing her hospital gown.
Yeah, right. Out there on the street. So that was red flag number one. She's sitting up in here like this. They did not do an ultrasound, obviously. They didn't draw any blood. She wasn't in there long enough for that. She just wanted the attention. And how dare Bill want to blame Danny for this? Haley was in Danny's house. Danny didn't go over to their place.
Over there. First of all, Haley wouldn't have come to Danny's house if you hadn't gone to Danny's house.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you want to blame somebody, Mr. Hamilton, like blame yourself.
He needed to basically just thank her and basically say about going about his day, because she could have basically said, "Okay, you can drive yourself home. I don't have to bring you here. I don't even have to be with you."
First of all, again, Danny, I done told you to lock them doors because people just walking up in your house. And what? Because if she had to ring the doorbell and Danny had to open the door, I'm sure Danny wouldn't have let her in and say, "Go on back to your house, Haley." But no, next thing you know, Haley in your living room, and now you got to talk. And Haley, what you thought Danny was going to do? Welcome you with open arms, and you know she going to throw shade. You set yourself up for that situation. But see, that was the thing. You wanted that interaction that way you could say something was wrong.
You think so, Allie?
I think what?
Allie says, I think Bill got the surgery and he's just playing the game. But then why would he go and get the daggone life insurance policy? Unless he thought she was going to kill him for real and he got the money to give to Danny and the girls. And just told her she was going to get it.
I definitely think she's got some kind of angle. I just can't figure out what the angle is. Mm-hmm. Like how long you're not letting him touch you because you are scared about the stroke. So how do you expect to get pregnant, boo-boo?
I think that
test tube things again.
No, I think that she wasn't expecting Danny to take her to the hospital. I think she was expecting to throw that fit there and Danny would leave her there and then she could turn around and say something happened. But she wasn't expecting Danny to haul her off down the Garland Memorial, and now it's real. And now
look at that face. She looked guilty.
Yeah.
Look, I think she meeting with Leslie because Leslie gonna hook her up with her connect at the fertility clinic where she stole the embryos.
Something.
Talking about how can we help each other? Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that, Keisha, but as you throw that in, because our spirits, if any of you out there watched the interview that Tony did with Trisha Mann Grant earlier this week, we posted in the group. If y'all didn't watch it, you can go back and watch it. She says she has seen all of our theories and Eva is her child.
Yeah, but we don't know the long.
And she said they have shot, they're at episode 150 of what they're taping right now, and so far Eva is still her daughter. And that's what she knows. So
and I feel like she's allowed to tell. They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, go ahead and tell them about this big switch in the storyline." They're not gonna let her tell that.
Well, anyway, so with that being said, we're like, okay, Haley, you definitely are lying about something. Either she didn't want the ultrasound because she just now got pregnant and she's not as far as long as she's supposed to be. Because she said the baby now is supposed to be
zero. She's 0 weeks pregnant.
She said the baby's about to be the size of an apricot. That's what she said.
First of all, apricot. Well, how big is an apricot?
About that big, I think.
She a damn lie. How far along she's supposed to be?
She's supposed to be 10 weeks, isn't she?
I don't know. Well, Bill said 10 weeks. Bill said 10 weeks.
Ain't no way.
But here's the thing. Bill is a liar himself because how he come out to give that report to Daddy, knowing good and well Dr. Perkins didn't say all that right there. He's seen the ultrasound, 10 weeks, blah, 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 whoopty whoop.
Girl, you supposed to be 10 weeks pregnant. How's you gonna get this baby in you?
How in the world? So he just fed right into the lie. He did that just to hurt Danny.
Oh yeah, that was why he did it.
It was very spiteful.
10 weeks is a prune or a small olive. Ain't no daggone apricot.
That's what I thought. It's still not that big.
Like, that's big. I'm like, really?
That's why I was like, how big is that apricot? Because that sounds large.
Well, even if Allie, she don't want conflict, the point is Bill just came from there pouring his heart out and thanking Daddy, and now you're thinking, oh, she might hurt my baby, so now let me turn it back on. Like, Bill is a very terrible, awful snake in the grass, and even when he tried to be nice and thinking about something, he turned right back around again and tried to dig a stake in her heart over stupid Haley. I was feeling Bill for a second because Bill, I kind of halfway had your back last week because of how the Dupree's been using you, and they are using you. They're using you to high heaven, Bill. But I don't appreciate what you did to Danny in that hospital room with that lie. So I don't care what Vernon do to you at this point. They can take you to the train station. They can drop you off at the train station with Kenneth. I don't care. I don't care because you was wrong for that. Feeding into that lie just because of Danny. And you realize how wrong you did to Danny. You said, I wronged you and I apologize. And then you're going to turn around and do this again?
Yeah, for real.
And it's your fault that your wife was over there. He ain't yet addressed Haley and said, why did you carry yourself over there?
Why were you at the house?
You don't never fuss at her.
Why are you following me around?
Like in your state, you're supposed to be still. Why are you over there?
If you go sleep on your man, you don't go out yourself by rolling up in a woman's house, dummy.
My thing is, if you in my living room, you get what you get.
Exactly. You done set yourself up for a behind whooping, and you're not in the condition for that behind whooping. So sit down somewhere.
Look, like Kenya Moore used to say all the time, don't come for me if I did not send for you.
Did not send for you.
And we did not send for you, Haley, but yeah, here you are.
Yeah, there you are.
We did not send for you. Nobody was thinking about Haley. No, you looking for your husband, which you proven you do not trust him because you went straight to Danny's house. What did you think
every single time too?
And Haley and Boo, I'm gonna have to remind you, Haley. Danny and Bill have 2 children together. They're gonna always be intertwined, no matter how old these girls are. They're gonna always have a history. And then she told me, "I'm so sorry, all the emotions in the pregnancy. I'm so sorry, girl. Bye."
All your fake emotions and symptoms.
So I am doubling down on Haley is not pregnant. Because if you are so concerned about your baby, you would have an ultrasound.
First thing I want to hear.
Be begging people to give me an ultrasound. And she lied and said, I heard a heartbeat, I heard this and that. I would be begging.
And how do you not want your husband to enjoy the heartbeat? That's the first thing you do. It's like, oh, honey, come and listen. I mean,
child, she got to go home and get on Canva and create that right now. She ain't got time to do that yet. When she get home, she gonna download the sound effect on Canva.
Girl. But she is backwoods and she crazy, which explains somewhat how this meeting could come about. What in the world does Haley and Leslie have to do with one another?
First of all, I need to loosen her ponytails and her buns. That child ain't got no edges.
Entirely too tight.
She ain't got no edges at all.
She looked so weird.
Now look. I don't believe the conspiracy that she and June are related, but she looked just like June right here.
She does.
She
I don't know why I was thinking Penny from Good Times. Penny's mama from Good Times, not Penny. I was thinking Penny's mama from Good Times when I saw her in this picture.
I mean, I have seen them send it to a disc, and they do email it because my sister was able to email me her ultrasound.
They give you a disc. You can upload it from a disc. They've never offered to email me anything. They gave it to me.
They gave it to her, but then she had it emailed. I mean, I think more in modern times because it's been a minute since both of y'all been in there.
Yeah.
My sister got hers emailed. She had a disc, but she also had an email because she was able to forward me an email.
I didn't get a disc. I just got a picture.
Oh, I got a disc, and I was able to upload it from my disc.
So see. Different practices, I guess, do different things. But even so, you're right there. Can you bring this monitor back in here and let my husband hear this?
Hear the heartbeat.
If you are pregnant, in your first trimester, as she is,
10 weeks.
You wouldn't have had to ask them to bring it back because that monitor would have still been put to her.
It would have been right there. It was not going anywhere.
That monitor would have been there from the moment they brought. Matter of fact, when the nurse brought her up the elevator from the emergency entrance, she'd already had a monitor on her.
Yep, on her.
This is true. So I don't know what game you playing, Leslie, and why. I think you just want attention again. I mean, I called her Leslie. Haley, you want attention again, but you upset that all eyes are not on you and that Bill, you're recognizing and realizing that Bill had a life before you. And you want to be his whole world, and you're not. So we'll see how this continues to play out, but I want to know what this relationship right here, what is this about?
Yeah, that I can't. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to next week. Because no, I ain't looking forward to the other thing. I'm sad.
Y'all go ahead and put in the comments what y'all think this meeting right here is about, and but let's just go ahead and get to this.
I don't even want to talk about that. Look, first of all, let me read this comment. This isn't from our group. This is from TikTok. Somebody said, and they had the same picture of her too, said, when Derek goes upside your head, Ashley, I don't want to hear a damn word. Y'all been broken up for 45 minutes and you already asking Andre on a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Ain't even been broke up for a week. You were so in love.
A day and a half?
So in love, and y'all been together for years, and I love him. But now you want somebody to pop your little cherry.
She been dreaming of Andre.
Danny about to pop something, all right.
She said Andre, I am not with Derek anymore. We broke up, and I need to get used to life without me. And I think you should be the one to pop my dating cherry.
Mm-hmm. If that wasn't
She
so,
came on
and this
super
ninja over
strong.
here go just diving off the diving board into the pool of snow like he just done lost all his brain cells. Like he forgot that he just told this woman, "Oh, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be here. I'm
yes,
here.
he just
I
said
care
that.
about you. I'm not going to hurt you, Ted. I'm never going to hurt her."
He was not going to hurt her when he thought Ashley was spoken for. Now that the option is
Exactly.
open, now it's like, oh, wait a minute, let me backtrack, because now I'm going to make an excuse and say, well, you didn't want me. Nicole didn't want me. You acted like you were still hung up on Bill, so I got the right to go where I want to. Not that
And
you just
he
spoke out your
does.
mouth.
He
He does,
does.
but
you
2 seconds
also have
ago,
the courtesy of picking up the phone, sending me a text, coming over like you popped over any other time, and telling me, "Hey, I've decided I'm gonna move on and do something different." If you care about her.
well, Andre, you have given your Aunt Nicole reason.
You proved her right.
You have
Yeah,
proved her
that is
right.
true. Hot in the
You
pants.
proved her right, because she had a whole problem with you dating her sister, and went off
Oh,
and
out of
told you
pocket.
that you was using her, and you proved her right.
Yep. You got all upset and in your feelings because she was calling you a hoe and you was taking advantage and da. And look what you did. You just showed her she was correct.
You absolutely showed her that he had you pegged from the start. Now, Andre, I was with you, because you tried to, you said, no, we grown, we can do this and this. I was holding with you. I was like, yeah, tell her.
That you got
But
her
then
back.
you
You
go
there
and
for
do
her.
that mess. You go and do this foolishness.
As soon as she come wave it in your face, there you go, jump in the snow. I hope you drown in it.
Oh,
He ain't gonna drown in it. He gonna suffocate in it, because Danny
He gonna
get
suffocate and be climbing trying to get out. He gonna be in get out.
what's going to happen, and what he's going to realize, is that Ashley
has
is not the
issues.
prize he think Ashley is. And the fact that if she can get over Derek in 2 days and come to you, what do you think is going to happen?
To you.
Yeah.
That part.
Y'all, I have to do something right quick. Y'all keep going.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's not
she's always
surprised, Boo. Everything is not better and brighter over there.
on the other side. Yep, he's a playboy. You right, Marbella. And that's what Nicole was saying. Because, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Nicole was like, you don't, you're not going to do her right, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, he is.
I'm
And then
just
here
so
we go.
disgusted. I'm disgusted with the writers for continuing on this road, because I have said it before. I'm going down this hill. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. Look at who is the target audience for this show? Black women. Is it not?
Yeah, it is. But you got a
What
lot of
black woman wants to storm?
interracial groups now. So I'm like,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't like
that's
this.
fine. I don't have
I don't
an
like
issue with
this
an interracial
one.
relationship. Right. I don't
like
have an
this
issue
one.
with an interracial relationship. What I have an issue with is we got all of 2 single men on the whole freaking show. And that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the one that's actively on the show up here doing messy stuff and just dumping the main. Yeah, dumping her like a bad habit because Snow Bunny done waved it in your face. Bad move, writers. Bad move.
Bad. Because I'm like, he's just, I don't understand. I'm like, you just told her. You just came out your mouth and said you were not going to hurt her. What makes you think that going on a date?
She asked him, she said, is there somebody else that you have feelings for? And he said, no. I'm in there. I'm all in for you.
And I'm like, and at that point, and when she asked him, no, it's not serious. What? You just told her you wanted to be serious. You told.
I guess he said it's not serious because it's not, because she ain't even had a chance to come to you and say anything.
But that was your test right there to say it was serious. If you basically meant what you said, you need to act on it and basically do what you say you
did a man move. He downplayed it so he could get what he wanted. And they ain't even got sense enough to go creep somewhere on the low. You all out proud and in public.
Because it's just, I mean, he makes no sense. Oh my goodness, it's just too much.
I'm channeling DEFCON Danny on this one. We need DEFCON Danny to come in on this.
Girl, she is coming according to that thing next week.
I don't want her to hold back. Don't hold back.
Well, next week is out till the 7th.
Yeah,
right. We have nothing. We got nothing.
Yeah, when the way she slammed that thing down, broke her phone,
that's gonna be some
purse open and all of that. He don't jump like, oh snap.
Yep.
And she gonna say, "You gonna tell me
because next week it is
blew my whole spot up. I told all of my family, everybody knows, and you couldn't even give me a day to process what's going on before you jump somewhere else. I don't care if she asked you out. I don't care." And see, the thing is, he could have played it off about she just needed a friend, but she caught you holding her hand.
Yeah, you over there holding hands and shit stuff.
She caught you. And so at this point, Andre, whatever happens to you, oh well. That's where I'm at. Oh well.
Because I'm just mad because y'all played with our emotions on this one.
Yes.
We were not a fan of this storyline from the jump. We're like, oh no, that's nasty.
You brought us in and you made us love it.
You got us all flipped and in love, and now you want to take it away.
I don't think they're necessarily gonna take it away, but who I feel sorry for in this is Danny, because she finally tried to let her guard down and told her mother, and then she just even defended you about how nice and how wonderful you are, and then boom, again, which is exactly what she says. My heart is with Danny right now. Andre,
like you thought she was broken before, she for real broken now.
Yeah,
and it's your fault. And now they got to put the pieces. And I hate the fact that they got Danny looking like the fool again, and everybody feeling sorry for her, and her heart broke again. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, Miss Lily, you said he was a playboy, Miss Lily.
No, Marbella, I disagree. If we're dating under the radar, no, you can't date whoever you want. When we had a conversation and I asked you, is there someone else you want to date, and you told me no.
Exactly.
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with the radar. That had something to do with you lying and not having integrity.
Because at this point in the way and age we're going now in social media, it's best to keep relationships private for said reasons. But what we do behind doors in the conversation we have, that is me and you, then who cares whoever don't think we got going on the outside? You know the truth, I know the truth.
Right. And
so
you and I, and we're supposed to respect that. Regardless of what everybody else think is going on, you respect that.
And the fact that I pushed you away, asked you was it someone else, you said no, I'm here, don't push me away. And so I say, okay. And then you go and show me that my instinct about you was right. No, Andre, I'm sorry.
You deserve the cussing out you about to get from Ted, from Nicole, from everybody. Chelsea going in on you. Everybody gonna go in on you, and you deserve every bit of it.
Go ahead and uproot these temporary roots you put down and go on back on the road.
Yep, because they told you wanted you to come on the road. Go ahead.
Yep. You need to go and call them back and say, you know what? I'm taking it because I need to get the hell up out of here.
I need to get up out of here. I done made a mess, and now I need to go. But anyway, speaking of which, it is.
I hope not, Allie. I hope she ain't gonna start drinking again. I really hope not. And then the whole thing is basically mixing up to Chelsea and her little friend. She just said the girl basically didn't want to leave her husband. Now you coming up in here messing with stuff.
Yeah, just back and forth. All these wishy-washy, don't know what they want to know women. I have a problem with. But that brings us to the segment of the show this week for our church announcements. make you want to clap, don't it? Hey.
Welcome, members of Fairmont Crest. We have our announcements for this evening. I'm going to kick them off for you. First of all, Sister Danny Dupree would like to reinstate Alcoholics Anonymous. She will be starting meetings on next week. So make sure you are in attendance if you need to be there. Okay?
I need to be there.
Second announcement for today, Sister Haley Hamilton has asked us to share that the registration for the Canva workshop on creating and altering images and documents and useless AI slideshows has reached capacity, so nobody else can register for that. However, beginning next month, she will be offering acting lessons every Tuesday night.
Okay.
All righty. And we have an announcement from Sister Vanessa. Sister Vanessa has asked us to share that the Swinger Society of Fairmont Crest is accepting new members. The group meets 3 to 4 nights a week at the casino, but you have to arrive early because the poker tables are on a first-come, first-served basis.
And let me add to that, swingers, when y'all go on these Carnival cruises, they're not allowing you to put the upside down pineapples on your door no more. They took that off because everybody realizes what that means, and they thought it was inappropriate for children. So swingers, when y'all go on that Carnival cruise, you cannot put those upside down pineapples on the door anymore. Okay.
All right. And then we do my last announcement. I'm going to pass the stage to Sister Angela. We want to just congratulate Brother Andre Richardson as he steps out on faith. He has just accepted a new role. He's going to come from behind the camera to the front of the camera. He's going to star in the reboot of the blockbuster movie, How to Be a Player.
Oh, no. Well, Allie, tell us how it was. She said she attended Haley's scammer webinar. She thought it was very interesting. I want you to put in the comments what happened.
That was interesting. Okay, well, please leave your comments about the activities and stuff in our comment
make sure to
box.
send me the notes on the scammer webinar. I missed that one.
Yeah. Is that all for announcements?
Okay, I have a few more announcements. Yes, ma'am. I have about 2 more announcements. So the youth group will be having a new speaker coming up next week. Mr. Brother Tomas is going to be teaching and talking to our youth about abstinence and how you can basically shut everything down, even in the middle, and basically go on about your business. Okay. It can be done. He's shown you and he'll show you how to do it.
Just say no.
Just say no. We also have a message coming from Miss Leslie Thomas. We'll be holding a new social event and getting together with trying to find new friends since she's feeling lonely lately. And so we want people to please Sister Keisha, I saw that.
I'm sorry.
We want all of God's loved ones to have friends. So if anybody is willing to be Sister Leslie's friend right now, please come and meet her for her social event happening on Saturday. Thank you very much. That's going to be after Danny's event. Thank you.
Okay, so Leslie, listen. Since COVID, nobody really want to get in person no more because you know how they used to have those meetup groups, but you need to do a virtual meetup since you're so lonely because anything could happen with you and them around there. You're probably pumping them for information. So go on that meetup.com. I think that's still a thing. Not many people use it, but meetup, they used to do the flash mobs and things like that. Be a part of it. And the groups and you can meet up. But
as long as it's under 45 minutes, you can do a Zoom call.
Yep. There you go.
For free. Because we know you're unemployed and stuff.
Right.
Are there any other announcements coming up?
I have a couple, and this is for our Behind the Gates community group. We have quite a few people joining. Thank you to all the new gatekeepers. But y'all keep in mind that when we see the ones come in, like Clifton Davis has joined us about 4 times. I think Sean Freeman is back.
He can't be back. We don't want to talk to him right now.
Jacob Hawthorne has joined our group. So we all know these are not the real cast members, people. So limit your interactions with them and watch what they post. If it's become scammy and bodish, just report it. don't engage. And as much as I block them from the group, they keep creating more profiles and coming back. So,
right.
So if the question is why aren't you blocking them, I am, and they just keep making more. So don't engage. We'll keep removing it. We'll do our due diligence. Again, do not click on any links or order anything that it does not come from Angela, Keisha, or myself. That's how we will stay safe in our group. And also, yes, we know. I want y'all to remember this. I thought that I would never have to make this announcement, but we are watching a soap opera. We know this is not reality. We are here to have fun, even though our opinions may seem strong at times. We are having fun. This is a soap opera. It is not a mini series, so it is not going to be as engaging or how y'all think it should be. It is not a mini series. It is a soap opera. A soap opera is meant to be cheesy. It is meant to be fantasy, far from reality, and something that gives us a moment of escape for an hour every day. So remember that, and we are not going to tolerate and have anyone coming on saying how horrible, how whack, how terrible the show is. They've never seen nothing else. You are in a soap opera fan group. Take those opinions to someone that says haters of Beyond the Gates. Not here. That's
Right.
not what we're doing. So
we're not bashing the show.
No.
You put a post like that, I promise you, I will be the first one to remove the post. Okay? There it is.
Bye-bye, Becky.
Angela, Amen, tell us how we can become Gatekeeper of the Week.
Hello, everybody. So to become Gatekeeper of the Week, as you know, we love for you to engage, comment, post, and then repeat that whole action. So as you basically do that, then you will end up basically getting a whole group of us that'll love and engage back. And the person that basically gets more and more into it, like our gatekeeper that we have right now, Miss Marvella, who is chosen right now to be our next Gatekeeper of the Week next week. She did a whole lot of posting, a whole lot of engagement. I mean, Marvella, you were just on it today. Did you work this week, girl? So, but we thank her. And for you to basically become Gatekeeper of the Week, you need to do the same thing: is engage, post, comment, repeat, and do it all over again. And we want to see and hear what you have to say about the show. Good things, like Ursula said. We don't want to hear a bunch of bad negativity. This is a place to basically have fun for an hour, to basically get things off your chest, and just it's a fun time. We're not trying to do anything crazy, guys. Just have fun with it, okay? So
yeah,
and that is it for tonight.
All right, so
Ursula, go back to you.
Yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go for a commercial break and then come back with some trivia. All right, I believe we had some answers, and Angela, if you have them, go ahead and star them in the comments. We'll go back to see who got the correct answers to tonight's trivia question. And gatekeepers, go ahead now. This is that moment in the show where you can begin voting for who you think should be kicked out of the gates this week and why. There is a poll up that is in the group. Keisha's put it up, but you can also put it here in the comments as we do every week. And which cast member just got on your nerves to the nth degree, and they have to be put out of the gates this week. I got my picks, but y'all go ahead and put y'all's in or vote in the group, whichever way you want to do it. But now is the time to start that voting. Going back over to Fairmont Crest, and somebody finally said it, and I'm so happy that Nicole got taken down off her high horse.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first person, and Danny was the second to tell her to unclutch her pearls.
Mm-hmm. And her mama.
And I love it because you, first of all, like you tried to say, well, I'm looking at this through the eyes of a family because my family's supposed to be better than everybody else, not be my patients. But girl, don't you realize your family is messed up too?
Everybody's flawed, boo-boo. Ain't nobody perfect, including
nobody
you.
perfect.
And even Ted said that we're not no different than nobody else just because we behind these gates. That's just geography. We are just as flawed. Money does not make you have zero problems. Mostly the people with money have the most problems. What they say, more money, more problems.
Mm-hmm. Listen, look, while we have this picture up, I just need to give a shout out again to wardrobe because they got it right.
Yes.
We no longer have turtleneck Ted. We have open neck Ted, and I love it here.
And he looks good in these pastels.
Yes.
And his clothes
fitted nicely. The look looks good on him. I'm so glad them turtlenecks is gone. Jesus Lord.
I love the gold chains. Him and Andre both rocking the gold chains. That's the Richardson men trait, I guess. But I love that he is doing his thing. He is settling into the role. So kudos to you, Keith Robinson. I am getting more and more used to seeing you in this role every day.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all notice how our boy Maurice, he just all over the place now. Now that he's not on there, he's riding that wave.
Yeah. You see, he got a new show with Tisha Campbell coming out.
Yes. So he got a lot going on. He riding this bump. I give it to you, but you know, I'm feeling this new Ted. I'm glad that he told Nicole a thing or two.
Yeah, he's definitely been stepping into his role with Nicole and with his daughters as well.
Yeah. So. And Nicole, you only have yourself to blame, as we said earlier, because give it up to Eva. You need to talk to Nicole because she's tired of the lies. Go and tell her whatever is going on. He shows up and then you shoot him down. So you, instead of you thinking everybody think you so weak, no, you are judgmental. That is why they don't talk to you.
Yep. And now guess what? You got another secret and it's all your fault because he came to tell you about said secret that your daddy and everybody been keeping from you. But you jumped the gun, assumed he was coming to talk about something that wasn't neither one of y'all's business, and got all emotional, and then he had to tell you about yourself, and now you still don't know the secret. So, well, your fault.
I'm here for the check-in, boo-boo. I am here for it. Ted, kudos to you, because Nicole needed to sit down, because the first thing I said when she started going off, especially the way she talked to Andre, I said, you need to mind your business.
Yes.
Mind the business that pays you. Period. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy.
You got enough on your plate to worry about without worrying about everybody else's back door.
Exactly.
And what's gonna happen when she does find out about Martin? You gonna throw your daddy and your mama away too?
And your son?
Like,
but if she was gonna act like this, just like he said, they were all trying to protect you, but see how you act when we do tell you stuff?
Exactly.
Exactly. This is how you act when we do tell you. So nobody can trust you with information.
Mm-hmm.
So blame it on yourself, boo-boo. Because he said, step down off your high horse. So prior to this, though, when we're a little bit out of order, they all get summoned to the Dupree main house. And she comes in and she throwing shade upon shade upon shade to Danny about her telling her about Andre. But again, if you want to know something and I tell you, now you're going to take what I tell you and throw it all up in my face. Nobody wants to hear that. So Nicole, you all the way wrong. You all
Yep.
wrong. There's no way to justify it. But
and that's why I didn't tell you to begin with.
And her mama looking at her like, what is wrong with you?
She throwing shit like crazy.
The hell, I ain't come all the way back home for this.
Like, y'all grown up here acting like little teenagers about stupidness.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Anita, because you said y'all had to hire a voice coach to get them raspy voices in line. Y'all done put us through all of this. Y'all help us better be able to sing when y'all get on this stage. That's all I'm gonna say.
We don't want to hear about it. We need to see the performance writers. Make sure y'all look. We expect to be invited to the concert now.
Don't have me pay for this concert ticket and y'all can't sing worse than 2 cats scratching in a barrel, 3 cat scratches. I need y'all to be able to sing. Okay, so you let that out the bag. So y'all keep on working with that voice coach. Don't y'all step now foot on that stage till y'all ready, 100% ready. Okay, now back to the thing at hand. They treated her like she the godmother, and everybody got to have an audience with Gran. Mm-hmm. Now that she's back, everybody got to take turns to talk to her. Like, you know, I've never seen that before in my life.
I mean, I've seen it on, like you said, on stuff like The Godfather, but not in no real life situation.
I mean, when my grandparents went away for a trip or whatever, when they came back in, she called me and say, "I'm back, get over here."
Yeah. But
I come see me. Or when I came home from college, she would say, "When you coming over?" So that means I want to see you. But as far as the whole family sitting in the living room waiting for their turn to go to the back room to talk to my grandma,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But even so,
audience, I would have just called my grandmama on the phone. Y'all act like it's 1822, and she went on the stagecoach. I'm like, okay, she got a phone. Grandma, how's it going?
Seriously.
I mean, that's true. They act like they can't call or text her while she in Chicago, like she just fell off
check
the
on
face
the
of
woman
the
while
earth.
she was gone at all.
Exactly. Nobody's called her. Nobody texted her. Nothing.
Apparently not. Like, oh, it's so good to see you. Like she was gone to Austria or something for 2 years. She been gone a couple weeks, and y'all didn't call, didn't write.
Marvella, what's 1822?
I guess she was saying how.
Oh, 18 talking about the time frame.
But I'm so happy that she pretty much gave Danny the green light. She did not judge her. She said, "Okay." At first, it looked like she was gonna say, "Oh." But then when she was like, "Oh, well, how is he treating you? Are you happy? Is it good? Okay, keep riding then." That's basically what she said. If that horse,
your mama tell you to keep riding.
If that horse makes you happy, keep riding.
Yep.
Oh,
if not, go get you a different horse. But if you happy with this horse, I'm happy. You like it, I love it.
Get your insertion, girl.
She had to catch
but Nicole
back to the DMV.
Nicole just could not handle it. And she was like, "Oh, good. I, talked to mother." And she said, "Well, I talked to Danny." And she said, "Oh, good. So now you agree with me." She's like, "What's your problem? That's your sister. She grown. You lashing out and in the wrong place." And she is. You're in the wrong spot, Cole, because that is none of your business. It is not your business to tell anybody who they're dating.
Exactly.
So I'm glad Anita checked her. And then I'm glad Ted checked her again.
Instead of worry about their business, you need to call your husband and have an adult conversation with him.
I know.
Thank you. Because you just going around acting like you guys gifted Fairmont Crest, boo. And that's what I had picked up in episode 1. She was so high and mighty and knowing her nose down at Danny because Danny was having her issues. And now you got the issues, but you still trying to stay a step above everybody else. Because you try to say, well, look how I'm handling my issue. I threw my man away. And that's what you should do to say. No, misery does not love company. And Danny said that's what she needed to say. You are acting this way because you stuck where you are and I'm finally happy. And that's exactly what it is.
She's not wrong.
Because now you the one with your bed lonely every night by choice. And Danny was getting flipped. Now I don't know what their problem is now.
She about to flip. All right, she about to flip the table.
And at this point, I don't even know if I want her and Andre back now because he just did it so dirty.
Yeah, and so
I don't know how he
fell back into his Playboy ways, like he said. It was easy just to slide right on back into those ways.
Like I feel like when he sees her, he knows that he's done. He knows he's toast, and he knows that he's hurting her and pushing her 2 steps back, and he's gonna feel guilty because Andre has got to be the fixer.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you can fix this one. I don't see how you fix this.
I think, okay, now let's take a moment. Gatekeepers, y'all, get in the comments. How can Andre fix this? Let's throw Andre a lifeline right quick.
Ain't no lifeline. He gonna have to grovel. I don't know how he gonna work that one. You
better
went
call
out on the date.
I don't know what to tell you, Andre. I'm done.
I don't know how you.
I think if Andre says she's a good friend and she just wanted to go out to be a placeholder. We have not kissed. We have not done anything. She was a dear friend. And I did not mean to hurt you, but I thought the way we left things at the hospital and you took the stairs and I took the elevator, I thought we was done. That's really not good because she's going to it was only been a couple of hours since that and you already out on another date. But I think she's talking about Danny's jumpsuit. I think Andre,
I'm so disappointed.
It's just unfathomable. I think he was so flattered and taken aback that Ashley asked him that he was like, "Oh, I can't miss this chance. I've been waiting for this." But not only is Danny, I want Danny.
Look, I'm taking my glasses off of this eye roll.
Not only is Danny gonna be there, I want Naomi to show up.
Yes.
I want Derek to show up. I want Jacob to show up. And I want
let Ted show up too. All of them. Let everybody see you for the dirty dog you is.
Yes.
Andre, damn.
Yeah, that's about right.
Damn.
Andre, you broke every woman in Fairmont Crest heart this week. I just want you to know that.
It make no sense to do so.
Every social media platform, every group, and then everyone is devastated right now, and it's all your fault.
Allie added Orphe to the list.
Yeah.
Okay, because why? Why is Orphe Jeans the meeting place for everything?
I mean, I know the food is good. I heard the pizza cobbler is banging. The mac and cheese is to die for. But damn.
Sensitive information. I know all the sensitive information. I know the bartenders and not the bartender. I don't know if they have a bartender, but the cooks and the waiters, they know everything happening.
Everybody.
They know more than Nurse Shanice.
They know everybody's business down there at Orphe Jeans. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying now. Well, let me see. No, because I'm trying to think if I have a favorite place here in Vegas. We had, she said, what about a Cheesecake Factory? Okay. How about in the house? How about at the police station?
Yes.
Okay. How about in a private?
We had a place
in the living room
in Vegas. It was called Ocean One. Y'all have been there. We've taken you there.
It's closed?
We have this. Yeah.
No!
What's closed?
But I want the cheesecake.
What about the Cheesecake Factory? The Cheesecake Factory.
Listen, this is what went down right quick. Sidebar, y'all. There is a place in Las Vegas. It is in the Miracle Mile shops. It's called Ocean One. Amazing place. And the beautiful thing about Ocean One was this. In Vegas, we all know everything is really pricey. And you think, okay, let me just grab a quick burger from McDonald's or something from Raising Cane's or something where we already know. A Big Mac meal is at $12 at this point. You go to Ocean One in the middle of Miracle Mall, and everything for lunch is $5.99. Quarter pound burger, $5.99. Steak, mashed potatoes,
Salmon.
Green beans, $5.99. Salmon, mashed potatoes, green beans, broccoli, whatever, $5.99. Chicken wings, $5.99. Salad, pasta, $5.99. You get what I'm saying? So we would go there often. I think me and Raphael would have a lunch date at least once a week, and we go to Ocean One. We have people come in from out of town, i.e. Keisha, Angela, whoever else. We go to Ocean One. We go there. We have a wonderful time, and you can order multiple things on the menu and not break the bank. We would get each an entree. They had daiquiris, all of these things, and our bill is still $20. I mean, you can't beat.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
Well, they're in the middle of the Miracle Mall. They were doing a bunch of renovations and adding a whole new food court. And the Ocean One, apparently their lease came up, and I think that the Miracle Mall pushed them out. I think they raised their lease beyond attainability because they wanted to get something else in there to anchor it, and they could not meet the new terms of the new lease. And next thing you know, we rolled up one day, and it was a big empty space with a note on the door. Say, we go. So no one is in that space. The Miracle Mall has opened the other little thing, but they do not have a restaurant anchoring the whole mall because everyone came to the mall for the $5.99 special. Right. Now everything is jacked up. All the prices are astronomical, and the people are not hanging in the Miracle Mall like they were. They didn't realize the gym that they had in Ocean One because that was the draw. Mm-hmm. So they messed up being greedy, which is what a lot of things are happening in Vegas here now. They're being greedy and trying to get this money, and they're realizing that they're losing business. And so now they're trying to get rid of resort fees and parking and all these gimmicks to get people to come back because they realize that they've raped people's pockets and they have done wrong by the consumer. And now they're trying to figure out
kind of like the writers have done wrong by us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, back to the show. So Nicole, baby, I hope your crash out ends really, really quick. I hope you get your senses back. Wherever you fell and bumped your head, I want you to revisit the scene and bump it again and get your mind right.
Because you're showing your behind.
You are really, really, really showing it. And Nicole, I think that your issue is jealousy. I think misery loves company. I think you lonely, and I think you need to find a horse, or you need to go back and get your own horse because obviously
the horse said he want to come home. Let that man come home.
I think you need a ride.
You ain't got to forgive him to do what you got to do.
Right. Speaking of riding, what happened over here at Disappointment?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing. That's why he's giving the abstinence speech to the children.
What happened, y'all?
You know what I think happened? Eva came over there and waved it in his face again, and he was like, "Dang, I really kind of like her."
I think when he was all into it, and then she said, "I want this to be my first time," and then Eva rolled right up to the table, interrupts their little meeting. Kat is super annoyed, but she's standing there looking at him, flirting with him in Kat's face.
She sure did.
And he looked at her.
I thought it would be weird to not speak. Let me tell you something. Kat is a better woman than me because she would have been in the flow. That was so disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. It was awful.
Because you know she don't like you, so why would you even come over there and basically?
Kat ain't got about it, Gene. She missed
like
about
they are close sisters or something.
Yeah. Kat don't have
Alice and Thomas is playing both. Yeah,
Allie, I don't think that he's playing them. I think he's
not
trying
playing them.
to into Kat, but his feelings and his loins is leaning towards Eva. It's something about Eva, that edge that he likes.
Well, it's the edge, but they also have a lot in common.
Well, that too, but the point is when you got somebody who gets you versus somebody who really is clueless. Let's think about Kat is overly nice. Eva got an edge about her, intrigue, mystery.
She speaks what she wants. Kat is always, like you said, very pleasant. Very nice.
Eva is a better match for him, honestly. Mm-hmm. But at this point, it's messy. You're messy. Mm-hmm. You're messy.
Because you got two sisters that can't stand each other, and you in the middle.
But remember, he's not messy to that extent. He is career ambitious because Bill said, if you want to make partner, you're going to hang out with Kat and let me know what's going on with the family. So now he's on a mission.
So you think that's the only reason he's still sticking around?
I think so. I think he likes her and he doesn't want to hurt her. But I think that incentive from Bill saying that you're going to do this if you want to be partner is what is keeping him with her and not in Eva's arms. But he clearly wants Eva because, okay, guys, I don't know if we have any guys with us tonight and some guys that y'all might be watching later. But if you are in a room with a woman, she is coming on to you. Are you really turning her down? Unless you know that your intentions, are not good. Unless it say Tomas got a good heart and feeling guilty at this point to say, I'm really not into her, so I can't do this because this is her virginity. I'm not into her like that.
Right.
That's how I see him walking away.
She wants her first time to be special and want. I think it's guilt.
Yes. I think he felt very guilty about doing his role that Bill put him up to and not wanting to take something so special from her. So he was good in that aspect. But I also think that Eva is the one who has his real attention.
And her coming over there grinning to that table just helped to remind him of that.
Yes, and because he looked her up and down.
And she said, she got her head all tilted to the side, and I just wanted to come see Tomas. I thought it would be weird if I didn't speak to him. Girl, what? In my face, though?
Kat has no backbone. She is a one-trick pony because all she can do is throw insults to the side and then say, okay, where were we? You were supposed to stand up and say, Eva, if you don't get yourself away from this table and my man.
Like, for real. And she continues to throw shade, though, because when they in the office, she said something about, I don't want you and your boyfriend to break up and then you take it out on me. First of all, you out of pocket. Yeah. You are out of pocket.
Yeah, that was shady.
Why?
That ain't your business. You are petty and shady. You need to be knocked down a couple of notches, boo.
She does. And Kat is the only type of person. I bet you Kat has never been in a fight. She does not know how to really do it. All she knows how to do is to do the underhand, backwards, petty stuff. Because I do not believe for one moment she is truly helping Eva in that office. She is setting Eva up for failure.
She's setting her up
at her daddy's expense. She is setting her up, and he's so silly that you really think Kat is really gonna just turn the leaf because you asked her to. Ted, when did you become that naive? Because I guarantee
Eva usually calls her bluff. Hopefully, Eva realizes it and goes and does the credentialing.
That credential certification thing. Because she was like, "Oh, okay, so just delete it." I think Eva's gonna realize she's playing her and say, "Ted, this thing keeps coming up."
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, she's usually pretty savvy.
His whole thing will be shut down until he gets it
next week. Well, not next week. Week after next, boo. That we see that they're going to get into it over the office. So I think Eva's going to realize Kat's been playing her or trying to play her with what's going on. So I think it's going to come to a head. That's what I'm thinking. But have we touched everybody?
I think so. We didn't talk about. Did we talk about Madison and Chelsea? And
no, we did not.
Well, we did a commercial break, but not really. Yeah.
Let's take a commercial break and get our trivia answers, and then we will go to Miss Madison and Miss Chelsea. So let's just do that right quick. Come on.
Yeah. When I finish with you, 23-hour lockdown. Very good. Oh, yeah. How you doing? How are you?
Best time for others.
Oh yeah? Oh, y'all like
Cilantro good.
Yeah, so my horizontal line is a little off. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold tight.
All right. So Angela, who
We
got our
had
trivia
3
answers?
people answering, which was great. We had
What's the
Allie,
first one?
Marbella, and Pat Moore. But Allie came in first for both answers correctly.
Okay, Allie.
With Colby Muhammad and Jasmine Burke were the answers.
Good job, Allie. So
Good
of course,
job.
another entry into our Procter & Gamble basket giveaway. Whoop, 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 whoop. Say it loud. Hey.
I'm proud.
Gatekeepers.
Where your cans at? Where your cans at? Where your
I
cans
love
at?
this stuff. I have to get some more of this with whipped cream and sugar, whipped cream, warm sugar, and shea butter. It smells so good.
I hope that didn't spray into my cup.
I am
I think I
almost to
did.
the end of my fresh baked vanilla. It tastes like, smells like those macaroons there. I'm almost to the end. I think by the end of this week, I'll be on something else.
I'm still on my Georgia peach orchard.
I think I'll be on something else.
It smells so good.
It does. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
Good.
Okay. Let's make our cases for who's getting out this week.
Oh, Lord have mercy on my lantern.
Oh,
I have I know, okay. It's been tough because this week was full of a lot of people and a lot of flaws of people who can get out, basically, because they all did something real off the hook and shady. But I'm voting for Vernon. My nomination for Vernon is because Vernon, you need some help with this one. And you think you did such a wonderful job 2 years ago, but you didn't. And just like Martin said, the problem is back. You are keeping secrets. You got this power player of men. And I'm beginning to think that you're thinking of women, the women can't be involved in this so that they can't handle it. We know that Anita knew initially, but you didn't fill her in on this time. She could have been of help for you, or that you thought she was just going to worry, which means you thought this is a man thing. But you still brought in the original power players, and all of y'all group of men together did not handle the problem, and you're not going to handle it this time. I don't think you're going to get it right this time either. I think y'all just trying to backtrack and play, and you're not. You need a woman's perspective on this. Our dear Sora Kamala Harris taught us all about perspective and being trustworthy, but people didn't want to hear what Kamala has to say, and I'm just going to leave it there. I think, Vernon, you need to talk to Anita. She knows you. You need to tell her. But I think that you should have told Nicole about her own son. I don't agree with y'all keeping that secret from Nicole. And maybe that's why she's crashing out so much. Maybe they've always treated her that way. We'll see. But Vernon, bringing the original people back to the scene of the crime, I don't think is going to do it, because y'all just thinking about getting rid of this guy, but not who is behind him, because he's got somebody behind him. When you cut the head off one snake, right? When you cut the head off one snake, another one is going to emerge, and y'all aren't ready. Because all this time I thought you had somebody on the phone that was going to handle it, and now we realize that all them phone calls you was making, you was calling Bill Hamilton in the middle of his stroke and carrying on going on. So Bill get his hands dirty, but he don't get them that dirty. He don't need the kind of dirty that you need him to get, Vernon. So
that's why he called.
I think Martin is right. I think Martin is right to want to be involved, because he need to make sure it's going to go. Martin is about that life, and it is about him. And so Vernon, that's my reason. You got to go.
Well. You want to go, or you want to go first?
Yeah, Ashley, you go.
Keisha looks like she got something good. She got something good to say.
I don't really. I mean, y'all already know how I feel.
Well, Andre and Ashley, both of them dirty, because I mean, she dirty for just basically breaking up with somebody and just jumping back and popping her dating cherry 2 days after the fact when she was so in love. It was just ridiculous. It's like, but I love him. But you said you still love him and you wanted to work it out. But you basically you're not even trying to work it out. You're just going ahead and being like, okay, he's gone next. So I don't think the love was that real. It definitely wasn't that strong for you to basically say that in 2 breaths and be finished. And then Andre, you just said it out of your mouth that you were going to be there for her. You weren't going to hurt her. So how do you think going on this, and you're going to try and play it off by, oh, it's just a friendly date. She was feeling bad. I just wanted to cheer her up, kind of bull crap. And that's not going to fly. Because if you were serious, you would have basically said, hey, I'm going to go out with this girl just as a friend. And basically this is all it's going to be. But I want you to know, because I'm trying to be on the up and up and let you know how I feel and what I want from you. That's what you had to do. But you didn't do that. You just sat there and just said, okay, and didn't think anything else about it when you were blowing her phone up before. And now silence, crickets. No, that's wrong. So I have 3 people now. One more. Nicole, you just being for you to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, whichever one, and have this much hate in your heart right now without trying to basically work through this problem. Yeah, you need, every psych is supposed to have another psych to talk to. You need to go talk to yours, because you're heading the wrong way. This is just ridiculous what you're doing to your husband. Now you're lashing out at your sister because her sex life is better than yours. I'm like, girl, but you were throwing it in everybody's face. Like you said, well, y'all were laughing at me while I'm well, when your life was all happy, you were okay, Danny. It's going to be fine. So Danny's doing the same thing, trying to basically appease and make you happy. And you're just basically biting her, just like, no, I don't need you. And you and your happy life and your little happy boyfriend. Y'all, no, don't hate.
That's right. She's hating. She's a hater.
Hey, congratulate.
So that's it. Those 3. What you got,
Keisha? Well, first of all, I'll read who all is on the block. I'll recap that. So we do have Vernon, Nicole, Ted, Eva, Tomas, Haley, the hospital staff, Ashley, Andre, Kat and Jacob. Why did I
And I
put
didn't
Ted over
post
there?
my vote. So let me where is it? Let me post my vote in here.
So, I mean, of course, you all expect, as expected, of course, I'm not even going to say their names. Double A batteries are dead. Just go on and send them out of Fairmont Crest. I don't want to see them no more. Nobody wants to see that ish. I don't want to see not one love scene. I don't want to see them kiss. I don't want to see none of it. That will be the moment when I fast forward. I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see that one at all.
I'm serious. I'm very upset that they went that direction. I don't want to see it. The only thing I want to see is the breakup. So let me know when it happens so I can watch it. I'll run it
I
back.
think it's coming soon. I think it's not even going to get started because the way that Danny is behaving and the way that Ashley is going to witness the way that Danny is behaving and knowing that Andre is lying to her, saying that it wasn't as serious that warranted that kind of reaction, I think Ashley's going to back away. I think she's going to be like, you know what, Andre, you're just who I thought you were. This is why I wanted Derek in the beginning with, and I don't think we can move for that.
Oh, well, too late. They're for Shanice now.
Danny's reaction just told it all. It was not, it's casual.
Yeah.
That was not it's casual reaction. But
so anyway, I definitely Ashley and Andre, y'all make my stomach. Ugh. I just feel good.
Are you ready to make an announcement?
Hold on now. Then I'm like Nicole at this point. Like, y'all just stop lying and be honest with people. I don't understand what it is, and this isn't just a show. I don't understand why people have such a hard time communicating.
Yeah, they do.
But definitely on the show, because Ashley and Derek, their whole issue is they talking to everybody else except each other. Andre, if you didn't want to wait, talk to Danny. Danny, you talking to everybody else. You ain't communicate with him. Hey, boo, I'm telling everybody we good so that he knows not to go sniff the white powder. Here we go. Girl. Now you got Nicole want to be all up in everybody's business, but not talk to her husband. Like, what is wrong with you people? Tomas, know good and well he don't want to sit and wait and play patty cake with Kit Kat. He know he want Eva. Tell the girl you don't want to be with her and move on. Like, I don't understand. Why can't you people communicate?
It's lack of communication and also lack of patience. They want instant gratification, because if I break up with my boyfriend, I expect him to wait for a little bit before I see him with somebody else. Now, back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, I broke up with my boyfriend at 8 a.m. At 6 p.m. he was in the Grand Marketplace with somebody else. And I about lost my mind. I said, excuse me. And my friend said, don't you drop not one tear. But I'm like, dang, you couldn't even wait a day, a week?
That's what I'm saying with Ashley. You just turned the proposal down a week ago. A week, not even a full week, a week ago. And you already talking about you want somebody to pop your dating cherry? Girl, your cherry ain't even reformed yet.
Talking about there's life after Derek. Who knows? Derek might come back around because you were so in love. How you got in love?
So in love. Exactly.
You didn't love him. That's why you didn't want him in your place. That's why you didn't accept the proposal. Because if you loved him so much, you could have said, I'm going to accept this proposal, but we're going to have a longer engagement. Let's try it first. Because I do want to.
Or do like your mama said, y'all go get your own place, a separate place that's y'all's and not yours. Exactly. You would have communicated with him instead of going off the handle about some stupid scratches on the stupid refrigerator, like he said that don't belong to you anyway. Because then people ain't gonna give you back your security deposit. They never do.
They never do. I don't care how pristine that thing is. If you have people come in clean, professional companies, you had the people from the depot come and paint the walls.
Allie, I do too. I hope Derek shows up on Shanice. Look, with Shanice on his arm.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not, but I would love it.
I want him to come.
Black white all day.
I want him to show up at Uptown. I want Naomi to show up at Uptown.
Yep.
I want Jacob to show up at Uptown, and I want Andre to be cornered.
I want both of y'all to face the repercussions, because ain't nobody can tell me Ashley did not know that boy was sleeping with Danny. She saw, I can't remember if it was last week or week before, she saw them talking to each other or looking at each other in that the one little section of the hospital we ever see.
Yes.
And then she had that look on her face like, dang, he got a lady. And then you want to sit up here and play stupid.
She wanted to play stupid because she wanted to get what she wanted. But the fact that Naomi asked Andre again, point blank, he denied it.
Said no.
She asked Ashley, is there somebody else?
Yep.
She denied it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And now you up here breaking my mama's heart again.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Well, Naomi don't even know what's going on. She don't even know her mama's
nothing. She don't know, but it's gonna happen when it's real. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Let's do some character theme songs, and then Keisha, you can come back with your announcement. All right.
Love that I could not forsake.
It is with great pain and sadness that I kick out Andre this week. Because you've been playing in this woman's face. Yeah, Andre, you broke our heart, man.
I just knew we were going to have a double elimination this week.
Oh yeah, she's not even relevant.
Always off though.
She's not even relevant. She ain't even worth my casting my vote to her. But I'm just disappointed. Andre. First of all, you're supposed to be my frat. You're supposed to be a better man than that.
Wow. Andre,
you promised this lady 24 hours ago. Out your mouth, you said these words. 24 hours ago. As soon as she come and bat her little eyelashes and wave her little skinny, ugly nose in your face. Oh, it's not that serious. Yeah, I'll go out with you.
And this was the exact scene when he said, hey, I got you. Why you don't want me? I just want you. I just want to be your man. I just want to be your man. Mm-hmm. Want to be your man.
For 2 minutes.
Andre,
I'm just done. Dang. I don't know how you gonna fix it. But Andre, I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I'm mad and I'm mad and I'm hurt. You got to go.
And on that sad note, y'all, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Well, I am praying for Danny. Danny, you did not deserve to be hurt yet again, to be angered and pushed to the brink of out of control yet again. You have a very good heart. All you want to do is have a man to love you and take care of you and protect you. And Andre said he was going to be your protector, said he was going to be your comforter, and he did not. And Danny, sister Danielle, Elizabeth Dupree, you need prayer.
I'm so sorry, Danny. I'm so sorry. I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed.
Not this way, anyway. Not this way.
Not this way.
No. I need prayer. I need prayer. Y'all pray for me.
She does.
Yes.
I need big time prayer. Y'all, yeah.
She broke up.
I need serious prayer. I'm broke, busted, disgusted, and on crutches. So y'all pray for me and my fast recovery, that I am back on 2 feet yet again, back on 2 good knees real soon. Anybody y'all want to pray for? Marvella says she need prayer. She need the prayer room too. Marvella, we got you. In the name of Jesus, all is well. We got you.
Praying for Nicole. Yeah, my heart ain't in it. I need this week off.
You
need this week off. You need prayer too, Keisha.
Really, because I'm so hurt. Like, I really can't believe. I knew it was coming at some point. They were going to do something. I did not expect him to do it this way. This was messy. This was hella messy.
It was. He got blinded temporarily because she dangled the carrot in his face. It's what he been wanting and secretly dreaming about, because they've been showing us her dreams, but not his. He been secretly dreaming about this, showing up in the comforter role, and now he saw an opportunity and he went for it, like most young people his age. But
then
I would
pick up the phone and send a text.
I would accept it from him if he was not, again, like we said 24 hours earlier, you're professing your love and I'm all in. If you weren't talking out the both sides of your neck, I could accept you wanting to explore because you're young. Danny has lived. Danny,
and that's my issue. I mean, I got other issues too, but that's my main issue.
Playboys will be playboys, yes, but you don't come and profess all of that to me. Most playboys will tell you up front, you're not the only one.
No. When you flat out asked him, is there? No, only you.
Yeah. Angela, you got somebody you want to pray for?
I'm gonna pray for me.
Okay.
Pray for everybody. Pray for me.
Yes,
pray for you, Angela.
I definitely need prayer, Lord Jesus.
Oh my goodness. All of these people are just so special. But Nicole, I need her to sit down and talk to the Lord about her attitude and figure out her life and where she actually wants and who she wants in it. Because this man still, I know he messed up, but that was 20 something years ago. It's not like he did it yesterday. Right. And you are still having a hissy fit. Now, if Terrence did that, I might have some issues. But because I love the man, and I might be crazy.
Because it happened 20 years ago.
And because it happened 20 years ago, of which he did not know about the child, then I might have some issues. Is he peeking around the corner? But I wouldn't have some issues. I'm sorry. But, your love is supposed to be stronger than that. That's what you were saying.
Right. Like, I can see I would definitely be mad at her, but
special relationship, and it was so beautiful and so wonderful. But now when you got that test in front of you, that test that God has basically put on you, you're basically turning and running and hiding, and you're like leaving him. I'm like,
and I'm glad
All
that
it
you
is
said
she's embarrassed.
yeah, I'm glad you said the word test, Angela, because one of the things God loves to do,
is
and I'm
test.
not trying to turn this into a sermon, but it's test you. You can say all the things that you love and you want, even your relationship with Him. Oh, my relationship with God. God is my everything.
You know, as soon as
But when
something falls
He
apart,
strips everything away from you, the question is then, am I still your everything? Am I enough?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it, were you in love with me, or were you in love with my hand and what I gave you? Because now that I have taken what I've given you away, do you still love me? Am I still God? And so most things that we love so much and that we hold dear to, they have to be tested to see where your heart is in the right place. And Nicole, if you were professing so much love for Ted, did you love Ted because you thought he was perfect, or did you love the man that's flawed? Because Ted has shown you he is a flawed human being, but he is still willing and ready to fight for you, and you're ready to throw him out with the bathwater because he's not living up to your perfect standard. So what is it? Did you in love with your husband, or were you in love with the idea of a perfect marriage and having someone you thought was perfect on your own, in
I'm
your
here to tell
image?
you, it ain't one. Ain't a
There's
perfect man
not
on the
one.
planet.
There's not a perfect man anywhere.
because you are not marrying Jesus.
You are not marrying Jesus, and you have got to learn and understand that this person is flawed. At the end of the day, he's human. We're all human and we make mistakes. And Andre, I'm hurt, but I forgive you because you're human and you make mistake. But you have to go back and fix it. You got to tell the
I
truth at
don't
this
forgive you
point.
yet, Andre. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
forgive
praying.
him.
I'm praying for forgiveness.
I forgive him because he's human. But what he has, what is very important is what his next step is now. Do you say, Danny, I'm sorry, I lied because I didn't think that this was possible. I want to explore this, or I don't really know what I want, but I know that I don't want to hurt you and I want to continue seeing you. Or Ashley, I should not have gone out with you. I was feeling vulnerable. I wanted you to be happy, but I have something going on with him. And actually, this means more to me than playing around with you. Andre, you're going to have to pour your heart out, whichever direction it is. Go home, look yourself in the mirror, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about what you really want.
Perfect parents. Oh, yeah, that's true, Allie.
And Marvella said, forgiveness is not easy when the person keeps on hurting you in the present and still needs your help. That's true. But you holding on to unforgiveness is like you continuously drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's not going to happen. But what you need to do, instead of putting yourself in a position to be continuously hurt, you need to keep it moving several times. You don't have to hate, but you put that person in the balcony of your life and you love that person from afar. You don't have to start loving them, but they don't have to be an active participant in your life. Take them from the front row and place them in the balcony, and it's all good. I've had to put a lot of people in the balcony in my life, and I don't feel bad about it. They in the balcony, then you can still see the show.
Afar. I still pray for them, still love them, but can't keep them close.
I love you. I pray for you, but you can't be on the front row of my life anymore. You got to watch from the balcony, and that's okay. And that's okay. But
Ms.
I love
Lily
that
did
you
have
said
something
test.
else to say because she just texted me. I don't know if it's not working.
What happened to her?
She's talking about Andre. She was, and then it wasn't. But this was, I just saw it. She said Andre was looking at that, I'm going to say that lady, for the longest time from afar. And then she felt a little something for him. So this is nothing that's unusual. If I've been watching this was him. I don't know what you're saying, Ms. Lily. Wait and see. She's basically saying, yeah, like we were saying, that was from a long, he was looking at, both of them were kind of looking at each other, but it wasn't, the timing was never right.
It was something that was unrequited, and he thought the door is open now. Here's my chance. Like I said, I forgive you, but just be honest with Danny with what you want, and go back and fix it. And it may be that you go on with Ashley and you leave Danny behind. You're gonna make that mistake. When you come back looking for Danny, she is not going to accept you. So you're gonna have to eat this one. You're gonna have to learn this one. I hope it works out for you, which I think it won't. But hey,
you're gonna be in Thailand taking some pictures somewhere because
sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, where are we?
Hurt is hurt, Marvella, and it is hurt when it's your family. But I've had to put some family people in the balcony too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of family.
Unfortunately,
Lots of family in the balcony.
Real quick. Them be the first ones you need to put in the balcony.
First, unfortunately, we can't pick our family, but we can pick our friends, and we can pick the people that we choose to be around. So some family members got a whole couple of front rows in the balcony of my life,
Yep.
up in the balcony, and their family.
Well, I got some underneath the pew in the balcony.
Oh God.
Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah, it's okay though. But Angela, you want to do the announcement again about
so how to become the gatekeeper of the week? Becoming gatekeeper of the week is easy, guys. You just have to do what we're doing right here. What you guys are doing right now, commenting, looking, engaging, and talking to us about what you feel about each character, each person. Tell us what you're thinking about, what your theories are, what your what would we call it? What things you liked on the runway, even outfits that you guys liked. If we can sit there and try and find some of them to tell you where you can find it, Ursula would love that because that would help us a lot.
Anyway, so we make this formal announcement.
Yes. Oh, I'm breaking my neck.
Oh gosh. Our gatekeeper of the week, as Angela said earlier in the show,
is Marvella Ivory.
Shout out to Marvella. She is our gatekeeper of the week.
She said she was off this week. That's why she got locked. So good deal, Marvella.
You get an entry into the Procter & Gamble basket, as you know, and you also get to come and sit in with us next week. And so here we go. Marvella, you are our gatekeeper of the week. Congratulations. It won't be next week because we will not be having a show next Friday. Let's make this announcement. We're not having a show next Friday because it is 4th of July. And also the show is going to be gone for a week. So we're not going to have anything to talk about. So we're going to resume right here, same time, same channel, the next Friday, which will be July 11th. We will be back. So we're going to miss y'all. But we can still talk in the group. Just because it's a week off the show doesn't mean our group takes a week off.
Right.
We're talking about
tell us what y'all doing for the 4th.
Yep, we can say what we're doing in the 4th and what we hope to see will happen the next weekend. We can still think about how Andre can try and redeem himself. Let's send him some good energy. Keisha already talked to Sean Freeman and told him she was not happy with him. To which he replied, LOL, to her comment.
Yeah, he did a laughing emoji. I didn't think it was funny. I was very serious.
Sean, we're going to need you to do a little bit better. But that brings us
You can redeem yourself by coming and visiting us behind the gates.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We are giving you an opportunity to explain yourself before the jury.
Marvella, what are you talking about? Trivia questions. July 11th, that's when we're going to be back. We gotta stop. It's 4th of July.
Next week.
Y'all gonna be enjoying doing whatever y'all gonna be doing. And if
you're not doing anything to talk about, ain't no show.
Yeah, we gonna be
and we got
firecrackers and cooking.
Yeah, even if you're not celebrating 4th of July, it's a day off and just enjoy it. If you don't celebrate, then you don't celebrate. But we won't be here. But Keisha, your performer of the week.
Well, all is not lost in the Richardson clan because Brother Ted has stepped up once again, and I am giving it back to him again because he looked good, he sound good, he is making Ted Richardson his own, and I love it. And he did what
he smelled good. It's all good.
He looked like he smelled good. That's right. It's all
He
good.
probably got on that Tab and Chance cologne.
Oh, and if you guys get a chance, if you have not yet, go to whatever your streaming platform is of choice and check out Forever Bay by Keith Robinson. It is his newest song that he has written and released, and it was inspired by Ted and Nicole's relationship. So definitely check that out. It's called Forever Bay.
Oh yeah, we did do trivia questions, Marvella. Allie got them. The first one was
Colby
Muhammad, and the second one was Jasmine Burke. Yeah. So those were the trivia answers. Okay, Ted, with Performer of the Week, congratulations. We're going to put this up and let Mr. Keith Robinson know he has been chosen as our Performer of the Week. They like to hear that kind of thing when you put it up everywhere that they got chosen.
And I did extend an invitation to him also, so we'll see if either of them reply. I've invited both of the Richardson men to join us.
Okay.
But I'll just shoot my shot in the DMs. Yeah. That sounds terrible. I was shooting my invite you to the podcast shot. Don't y'all get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Shooting her shot. Okay.
Final thoughts. Angela.
I have none. Done.
My final thoughts are for Nicole to get it together. Ted to go tell her about herself one more time. That might help. Maybe not. I just really, and I don't know, Martin, I'm worried about Martin to see if something's going to happen between him and Smitty. If Smitty is going to actually finally confront him and find out what's happening too. That's a whole nother thing about what they're going to, is he going to tell him what actually happened before he goes and posts this whole thing on the internet or word on the newspaper and get everybody in the Duprees all in trouble, because the crap is going to hit the fan if that happens. So,
if Martin don't tell him that way, he will back off.
He will back off, exactly, or just change his whole subject and everything else. So yeah.
Again, communication, like you said. So
stop trying to cover up and lie.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to cover up and lie.
Communicate.
When you tell the first lie, you got to tell 20 more to cover up the first.
Cover it up. That's right.
See that brings you to Haley, because Haley just telling lies.
Man, she don't need communicate. She need to quit lying.
She's so unpregnant. It's just not even. It's ridiculous.
You're right.
If you wanted to have, if you were having a baby, your first baby, would you not want to sit there and see if the baby is healthy if you're having all these issues?
First baby, second baby, third baby. If you having issues, then you want to
hear and see what's going on.
Exactly.
So that's just
you are
crazy.
Absolutely correct. You are correct, 100%. And yeah, Haley. I'm going to see. I'm here for the ride now. I want to see what level of crazy Haley's going to take us on, and how far she's going to go.
I want to see what in the world they're meeting for.
I want to see what this is about to happen. Keisha, what's your
Andre? If you do not, when that purse hit that counter, if you do not let go of that little gal hands, get up and walk your raggedy behind over there and get down and beg for her forgiveness or do something to make things right, I'm done. Yep. I'm so mad. I just,
I mean, I can see the hurt all over you, for real.
Damn, she's really hurt. She is hurt. That was so dirty.
I know, Keisha, I'm also going to have to issue this disclaimer to you as well, dear sister. It is a soap opera.
I understand it's a soap opera, but I need him to fix that, because she just got out of Crash Out Danny phase.
Just stop drinking and stop acting.
Writers, you're doing a wonderful job. If you have us,
we're loving it.
This,
we love it.
Loving what you are doing.
We don't love that one though.
Thank you so much for this gift that you have given us in 2025. This wonderful major distraction that we have from all things going around us, beyond the gates. Thank you for this hour distraction every day. We need this. Thank you that you're giving us
Yes.
something else besides news, war, politics, and finances to discuss. So thank you.
Thank
My
you.
final thoughts are this. I need all of the people who are watching, those people who may be watching later, those people who are in the group, to please recommend a wonderful HR department or an HR company that can help Garland Memorial staff their facility. Because Norris Perkins, you are not it. There's this little staff thing that the medical people have with the snakes running all over it, and it's do no harm and your Hippocratic oath and all of this stuff to take care of your patients properly. No amount of money or influence should be stopping you from doing what you know to do. And you knew you were supposed to give that woman an ultrasound. You knew you were supposed to stand up in there and lie. You didn't technically lie, but you omitted some truths, which is just as bad as a lie, if not worse.
Mm-hmm.
And you are helping this woman fraud her husband and the family. And Nurse Perkins, you wrong. I mean, Dr. Perkins, you wrong. You
Actress
dead
Perkins.
wrong. You dead
She
wrong.
said dead wrong.
You dead wrong. So Garland Memorial, listen, y'all did good with Dr. Madison, but Dr. Perkins needs to be fired immediately.
I don't know. A lot of people say Dr. Madison up to something. I don't know.
She
we
could
I don't know.
be.
She might be.
Oh, speaking of which, that's what we did not talk about is Chelsea and old girl, the girl coming back to break up her and Madison are now talking about, oh, my husband was going to leave me. So that's why but you coming back all thirsty, like, okay, Madison, move out the way because I want Chelsea back. Chelsea, you better not fall for that.
She sat her butt down, and you saw how she sat down. Like she
bold, just bold.
Like wait, you gotta leave and just
eliminated her date and come down and tried to assume the position.
I'm like, she sure did, and she was like, "Well, I hope I didn't mean to interrupt, but if you thought that was rude, I'm gonna be rude again and say I need to talk to you by yourself." What?
Well, I'm on a date. You're gonna have to wait.
That was as messy as how Eva came. Matt, that was messier than how Eva came up. Eva was wrong, but she was dead wrong.
Like, and the fact that she said, even if Madison said, well, go ahead, Chelsea, I got to go to the hospital anyway. No, I'm on a date. I'm not going to disrespect you that way by allowing her to crash that, because I'm showing you that she and whatever she got to say means more than my date with you, because we have history. And we have exactly that. It's history. You didn't want me. You broke my heart. Go back to your husband. I got something new. I moved on. We have nothing to talk about. And that's what Chelsea should have done. But no, you nosy. You're thirsty. And you opening that door and you're going to mess around and you're going to lose Madison. Then you're going to be sitting there hurting. Because that girl, if he put the ultimatum on the table, she's still not going to lose her husband. Now she just go sneak around with you behind his back.
Right.
Now she making him think that I turned Chelsea away. And me and you solid again, and now you're gonna creep. And Chelsea, you got somebody now that is openly willing and ready to be on your own in the open and love you for who you are. You done took her to meet granddad and all of that.
I'm wondering if Madison might be a little psycho herself, though. You think she gonna sit there and see, because she just looked at them at the table and she was like,
She might,
or is she gonna be just kind of like, okay, well,
I think she hurt. I think she was looking at her because she's hurt.
But yeah, is that hurt gonna turn into crazy? Like you said, this is a soap opera. Is the hurt gonna turn into crazy, or is it just gonna turn into just sadness?
So what you say is you think she's gonna do a Glenn Close?
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Yeah,
this is a soap opera, like we said. Could happen.
Well, you know what? If that does happen, Chelsea needs to learn a lesson also, because she don't want nobody playing with her heart. You can't play with somebody else's.
Exactly.
Especially when you don't know this person and you done declared all this love as if you and Madison got a 20-year relationship and y'all been together 3 weeks. You playing with her heart. Danny, what her name? Danny again? Was it Brandy? Brandy showed Martin Lawrence and Thin Line Between Love and Hate. You don't wake up me and then think you're gonna go with somebody else, because he worked overtime to get her, and then look what he did. and she tried to electrocute him. God bless her.
Tried to let him. Yep. Go
She
peacefully.
bust out the windows out the car, the whole nine. She did it all because she said, "If you say what you want, leave me alone." And he pursued her, and then look what you did. Andre, you did that too. Chelsea.
Yeah, Elsie says she
You're
don't trust
doing it
Madison
too.
either.
It's
Yep,
not that I don't
Marvella.
trust her, but I think, just like Angela said, I think that she's hurt and you have awakened the beast, and it's going to be
Could
something.
be.
I think that's what it's going to be. But anyway, those are my final thoughts. Our final thoughts. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us tonight. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us every week that we come on. We love hearing your input and things to talk about.
Cat, you still there? Or you went away. Where'd you go? You didn't say anything else. Miss Moore.
We love y'all. We thank y'all so much. Continue to let people know that we're here because we're a part of so many other groups, and it's thousands of members over there. And we just need ways for them to come and check us out and see what we're doing, because we have checked. There is no other podcast out there doing what we do. Everything else is pre-recorded. They're by themselves, but we open up the door to hear what you guys have to say, and we just want more of you guys to know that we're here. So y'all help us spread the word and let people know that there is a podcast called Behind the Gates that they can get in our Facebook group. You can go on YouTube. You can get a link and see where we are on TikTok, X. We're out there. So you guys, please have people tune in. Reminders. Do we have any reminders that there's no show next week? Y'all don't tune in and talk about.
It'll be a long, boring.
Where's my Beyond the Gates? Because there's not going to be one. They're taking a week off. It's all reruns.
Catch some stuff. Yep.
Be a long, boring week outside of these gates.
Yeah. So y'all make sure y'all remember that. Maybe we'll do a midweek check-in or something. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. I won't make that promise. But we'll see what's happening.
Have a good week and be safe, guys.
Yeah, be safe. Don't blow your cars up with them firecrackers and carrying on and
don't
throwing
blow
them
your
at
hands
people.
up
Y'all practice safety, y'all. All right, and with that, we out of here. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.